There is a moment that does not yet exist, but you know it. You have always known it. You know what the air will smell like then. Sharp, clean, the kind that reaches all the way into your lungs and reminds you that you are alive. You know what the snow will feel like underfoot, that particular resistance, that particular surrender, when the body finally finds its rhythm and stops fighting everything. That certainty is strangely calm, like a compass that doesn't shout, it simply points, always in the same direction, toward that place, that moment, that state of being where everything comes together so completely that you can no longer tell where you end and where the world begins. There are places the mind travels to without permission. In the middle of meetings, before sleep, staring at a screen, eyes reading numbers, but the mind already there, in the snow, in the wind, in that silence which is not empty but full.
Last morning of this trip, I just got myself tickets to Canada and I'm leaving in a week, so better get down to Helsinki and sort things out before my flight takes off. January 12th. I had a hard time pondering between Japan or Canada, but then it's above average snow in Canada, and Japan was struggling with snow at least until week back. Now it's changing. I just hope things won't turn out bad for me with the snow, and I hope it will be consistent as it has been until now. But tomorrow I'll fly to Calgary, and from there I'll drive to Rogers Pass. Yeah, the thing with my luggage didn't arrive. It's been 2 days now. They promised my bags yesterday on the same flight, and now I will see, do they keep the promise for today. If not, I will just have to get a fly to Toronto to get my bags. Well, I can't believe it. There it is, my first bag. 2 days of waiting. Wow, that's a long time to wait for bags. There it is. Hoo-ha.
The dream does not tire. It asks for no permission, no explanation. It simply waits, more patient than anything else, for you to arrive.
Ski capital of the world, or at least one of those, Nelson. Pacific Northwest, West Canada is experiencing a dry spell. When I got here, there was a heat wave. It turned all the snow into a concrete. There's this thick crust layer, and on top of that it's forming a surface hoar. At least for the next week or week and a half, there's no precipitation, which means I'm a bit frustrated. Happy that it's sunny day, or at least I'm above the clouds now. But now I'm just gonna tour up to White Queen, one of these peaks, and enjoy the day, enjoy the sun, enjoy the scenery, and Maybe I'll grab a beer after this. Today, while I was hiking up White Queen, I understood that ski touring without some sort of reward, it's not my thing. Therefore, I started to check some flights and found cheap flights to Paris. Tomorrow or the day after, I'm gonna fly to Paris, rent a car from there and drive down to the Pyrenees. It should snow there. I've seen some footage from friends of mine and it looks great there. I was checking forecast for this part of the world and it's not looking promising, at least for the next couple of weeks. There will be some snow, but it won't be enough to repair all the damage the heat wave did. Yeah, what a traveler I am. I should have known better. I walked straight outside. Asked that customs dude, where do I collect the bags? And he said, yeah, outside. So I followed his instructions and found myself outside, and then realized that the bags are probably on the other side of that rolling door. So I had to sneak back in to this side.
Perhaps the dream does not live in the moment you are waiting for. It lives in the journey, in the difficulty you choose, in the morning when you don't want to but go anyway, in the body that grows tired but does not give up, in that quiet stubbornness, I don't know why, but I cannot not do this. The effort is not the price you pay for the dream. The effort is the dream. But it's first morning. I woke up to a couple of these avalanche control bombings. So, is it a promising sound? It is.
Really, this is the first snow during this trip. Wow.
Alrighty, not looking too bad today. Maybe it's gonna be a powder day. Here's Matt.
Hi.
Alright. I'm gonna ski today with Matt. And was that Eli?
Eli, yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
And if the flame dies, if the dream disappears or moves beyond reach, what remains is not emptiness. What remains is everything built along the way. A body that knows more than it did before. A mind that has learned to tolerate uncertainty. Moments that were real even if the destination was never reached. What remains is the person the effort has shaped. But the flame, the real flame, is not born from the dream. It is born from the feeling that something is so entirely your own that leaving it undone would feel like abandoning yourself. It does not die even when the dream changes, because it is not bound to the moment you are reaching for. It is bound to who you are while you are reaching.
Looks like we're in for a treat tomorrow if the wind won't pick up, which it eventually does. But check this. If there's any visibility or contrast tomorrow, it'll be another absolutely amazing snow day. It's been snowing all night, and that there is my van.
Yeah. Looks like it's snowed in. Things have mummified here. All right. Today the scenery is like this. Pamal, like the locals would say. Sure, it's different to ski these couloirs with a lift access. Yeah, but good to be out with these guys because they seem to know their way around. Next weather front is approaching. It'll be snowing the whole day tomorrow, and on Sunday it's gonna be sunny. This has been the smallest car in a while. I'm a small guy, but for me it's impossible to sit straight in this car unless I'm sitting in the front. This hasn't been quite optimal. Bit messy at the moment. It's been kind of interesting, the weather here. Every second day there has been a major snowfall, and then the days without the snowfall it's been clear skies, and that's kind of the perfect way to have the snow coming in. Like every second day we get to ski some new snow, and then more or less rest day every second day. Yes, took a bit of a fall there. That was nice. Lost a ski. Luckily it jumped from some spot and went straight into the snow and stuck there. So still, I'm lucky to have both skis now. Thing is, my ankle is a bit sore from the crash. I guess my trip to the Pyrenees is here. Maybe first drive to the coast, and then on Thursday I'll fly to Finland. Perhaps dreams do not end. They transform. What you wanted at 20 is not the same as what you want at 40, but a thread runs through all of it. The same hunger in a different form, the same direction along a different path. A dream does not die when you reach it. It opens a door. And behind the door is a new room, one you could not have imagined before you were standing at the threshold. And what comes after dreams? Perhaps presence. When you are no longer moving towards something, but have finally arrived. Not empty, not restless, simply full of what is, without urgency to be somewhere else. Perhaps that is the final gift of dreams, not the destination, but the ability to be where you are.